Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So today I want to talk about the Canadian Coalition for Firearms Rights. It's a newer organization that seeks to promote firearms rights for Canadian citizens. So let's get into it. So I just want to quickly say that this is not the beginning of Canadian Prepper, the gun channel or the political channel or the current issues channel. I assure you I have not run out of ideas. I have 101 ideas, but I did have to step in and advocate for this organization because I do believe that if any organization is going to help push the envelope with Canadian gun rights, it's going to be this one. So before I talk about the CCFR, I'm going to send a quick shout out to Rod Giltaka of Civil Advantage. He's actually the president of the CCFR. A great channel for any questions that you might have related to Canadian firearms laws or training or just guns in general. That's the channel to go and visit. So go check out Civil Advantage. I've given him a shout out before, and we're actually going to be doing some collaborations hopefully next year with some other YouTubers as well. So that should be fun. Now, there's a couple other organizations in Canada that I'm aware of that also advocate for firearms rights. One of those is the National Firearms Association, which is very similar, I suppose, to the National Rifle Association in the United States, and also the Canadian Shooting Sports Association. So go check those ones out as well. Now, although the CCFR is a Canadian organization concerned with Canadian firearms rights, I do believe that firearms right is a human right, and it's something that everyone around the world can relate to. And I don't want to delve into the politics of it. I'm not a fanboy of any particular partisan movement or any side of the political spectrum per se, but I do stick to the facts with regards to firearms rights, and I do believe that it is a human right and that every law-abiding, upstanding citizen should be able to own and responsibly use a firearm, and to have those restrictions that many of us Canadians currently face right now lifted and more reasonable laws be put in place. So basically, the CCFR is an organization of professionals and responsible gun owners who seek to inform the public and debunk myths about gun control and any sort of misconceptions that come with gun ownership in Canada. Their goal is to provide accurate information to media, promote firearms rights in Canada, of course, and also represent law-abiding firearms owners in Canada should they ever have any legal issues. Now, a membership to the CCFR costs $40 a year. For people who don't know, who are watching this in the United States or abroad, yes, we are allowed guns in Canada. I know there's a common misconception that gun control is rampant here, and compared to the United States, I suppose it is. There's no open carry, no concealed carry. We have magazine round limitations, no stand your ground laws, stuff like that. So we're very limited in what we can do with the firearms, how we transport them, where we can store them, and the different types of firearms that we're allowed to get. There are 3 different classes of firearms, so there's restricted, non-restricted, and prohibited. So the CCFR is an advocate of the licensing system that we have in place right now. They're also an advocate of training and safety. So it's good that we have some sort of universal code of conduct when it comes to the use and discharge of firearms in various areas and arenas, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. And safety is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with having that mandatory requirement that people do have safety training. I do personally think that that's a good thing, that no firearm should have to be registered, be it restricted or non-restricted. Also, classifying firearms on the basis of specs, so classifying the restricted and non-restricted not on the basis of how they look, the cosmetic aspects of them, if they look like scary assault rifle guns or something like that, rather on the basis of what their capabilities are. So the CCFR is an advocate for the responsible storage of firearms. So basically what that means is that if you're not home, store your firearms in the safe. If you are home for self-defense purposes, and this is another policy that the CCFR pushes for, is the ability to use your firearms for self-defense if you feel your life is threatened. They even go so far to promote open carry and concealed carry. Yes, it's unlikely that we're probably ever going to see something like that soon, but I do like the approach that we should be pushing the envelope as far as possible, so to at least get some of these policies implemented with enough participation in the program and enough sponsorship, with enough memberships sold, the organization can do more and more to support Canadian firearms rights. And for $40 for the membership, you're getting an organization out there representing you and your interests with regards to firearms, who's very professional, who sticks to the facts, who stays away from the partisan political aspect of things, doing it in such a way which is not extremist, not in your face, shouting at people in the streets, promoting the fundamentalist philosophy of freedom and all that stuff. That's all great, and that's all stuff that we believe in. But unfortunately, you're not going to convince anybody like that. It's not so much that gun owners or anybody who's passionate about any cause necessarily doesn't have the right ideas per se. It's how you communicate to people. So in a lot of ways, what we're doing right now in our communications with people who are anti-gun or perhaps divided on the issue of guns, as people who are passionate about it, we can sometimes be a little too in your face, and all that does is put people on the defensive even more. And for them, that's just going to validate their misconceptions about gun rights owners. We need to keep calm, be objective, state the facts about how gun control has proven to be ineffective. It's like when you try to grab a wet bar of soap. If you try to grab it really hard, it's going to fly out of your hands even faster. So you have to gently talk to people, and immunizing yourself from any sort of association with that sort of extremist mentality that they would like to associate gun owners with. So go check out the CCFR. I know you won't be disappointed, and it's a great way for anybody who is an advocate of firearms rights here in Canada to support the cause. And don't forget to check out Rod Giltaka's YouTube channel, Civil Advantage. He's the president of the CCFR, and he'll answer any questions you have with regards to Canadian firearms laws. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let's get the word out on this organization, and let's get behind them. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out.
Check out the Canadian Preppers Network blog, an excellent resource for survivalists and preppers.